Hello, Fabulous Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of October 2018, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an amazing month it is. We have an important sky for you for several reasons. One is early in the month, your ruling planet Venus will go retro in your opposite sign. And so, yes, this will speak to matters of love, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But in many ways, this is going to speak to you because it is your ruling planet after all, and having a deeper understanding into where it is and who it is you are, where it comes to partnership and relating to other people. This focus on you is going to be especially emphasized as we get later into the month. Right around the 24th, we are going to have a full moon, and it is in your sign. Ordinarily, full moons represent a time of closure, a time of coming to an understanding of our emotional truth that might have been there all along, but we're finally ready to acknowledge it. A time of completion and fruition. What's different though is that this full moon is happening at the very beginning of your sign, and it is hand in hand with Uranus. Uranus as a planet, you've just gotten a little taste of it, and shortly after this full moon, it will leave your sign for a few months before returning next year for a nice long stay, as I spoke about in the Uranus horoscopes that I've done. But for you, with this full moon, what is especially fascinating is that Uranus represents new beginnings. It's the next, it's the future, if you will, that shows up for you now. And then this full moon is happening at the very beginning of your sign. So even though full moons in and of themselves are endings, for you, there's going to be a beginning that is hand in hand with this time, a leap into your future, and a leap into your understanding of what you truly want and who you truly are. This full moon will be speaking in supreme harmony with Saturn as well, and will be standing across the sky from Venus, your ruling planet. And what this tells me is it isn't just about you. Yes, in many ways, it's your realizations, it's your life, it's your sense of the direction in which you're going, but there is very likely going to be someone else there who you are bouncing a reflection off of. You are learning about yourself through. As I like to say, is seeing yourself more clearly as reflected in the eyes of another. It isn't that you take someone else's opinion as your own. It means that you get to have an experience that helps you to reflect and be more honest with yourself about yourself. And that can be transformative. A full moon like this can absolutely be the kind that changes you and changes you dramatically for a long time to come. A full moon, hand in hand with Uranus, that alone says a brand new sense of energy running through you, a brand new clarity about yourself and what really matters in your heart of hearts, but also what is your truth. That beautiful connection with Saturn tells me that the epiphanies that happen for you now, they will in some way change your life and benefit your life, not just now, but in tangible ways and for a long time to come. In fact, there's a sense of longevity with this energy at this time. So whatever you are coming to understand about you, it seems to have tremendous consequence, but it's consequence that you like. It's consequence that feels stable and feels grounding at the same time. I feel like this is going to be a chance to see yourself and your place in the world, and to see yourself and what your truth is differently than you did before. And chances are these awakenings are going to come thanks to another person. That's that Venus retrograde in your opposite sign. So right around the 4th of the month, Venus will officially go retro. And it is going to be in the days surrounding this full moon in your sign that Venus is especially active. She's standing across the sky from Uranus. She's speaking in harmony with Saturn. And so this tells me that chances are there's going to be a lot happening where it comes to love. If you are open to meeting someone new, just be prepared for a few surprises, these moments of awareness, these encounters, these sense of you all of a sudden feeling very drawn to a person, all of a sudden attracting somebody into your life. That Saturn tells me there is that promise of longevity, of course, but because Venus is retrograde, what you think you're getting might not necessarily be it. And that really is okay. Let things unfold the way that they need. However, love could very much catch you off guard and take you by surprise this month. It is, of course, love that's going to reveal you to yourself, and that really is where your power is. For those of you in an established bond, just be ready. Your partner may have some surprises as well. They may be making some choices or decisions that are taking them in different directions, but ultimately this gets you back to you and a greater sense of yourself. I'm not saying that there's an ending necessarily. I'm not saying that at all. The great thing about Venus retrograde season is you get to know if what you have is strong or not. But what I am saying is chances are, for whatever reason, whether your partner is busy or they have, new opportunities opening up for them, you will have to be more independent. You'll be spending more time pursuing a more independent spirit and pursuing a sense of wanting to know what you really want and who you really are. And that really could be one of the greatest gifts your partner gives you at this time. With all the surprises or changes that they may have in store, ultimately it will lead you back to yourself and your power. And that truly is a blessing. Finally, earlier in the month, right around the 8th, we are going to have a new moon. This new moon will be speaking with Pluto and happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with the workplace and the type of work you're doing, your clients, your customers. It also speaks to matters of self-care, especially as a spiritual practice, or how well you are taking care of yourself. That connection with Pluto tells me there might be some drama on the work front. I'm sorry to have to say this, but there may be someone new who comes into the picture. Again, could be a client or a customer, or it could be a new coworker, or perhaps a new immediate supervisor. And it looks like there might be a little bit of a sense of needing to navigate a change or navigate a different spirit, to bring forward some of your Venusian qualities of being able to talk to people and different types of people, and to talk to people in a way so that you are bringing forward your most gracious self. That may be needed, because when we have a connection like this from Pluto, sometimes we can attract people who are a little bit intense. Now, under the best of circumstances, they are intense in a way that fuels us, that inspires us, that helps us to feel like we want to bring forward our very best. But with this energy, I want to be very forthright with you. Sometimes we can attract some drama, or people who like drama or who cultivate drama. Now, it's up to you to decide if you are going to participate. You don't have to participate in what other people are choosing to do. This could also just represent a time when you are wanting to give your all to a particular project, or you're really wanting a particular new opportunity to do the kind of work that you desire. Ultimately, this connection with Pluto tells me that there is going to be change, and ultimately it is you that is going to be at the forefront of realizing where your most meaningful transformation, where it comes to your work or your workplace, is going to happen. And so remember, you don't have to participate in some other energy of any other person, and at the same time, you can look within to see if it is that your work feels truly authentic, if it feels like it is grounded in principles and good ethics. And where it is that it isn't, you're going to get a chance to look at that more deeply. But where it is that it is, you're going to be more deeply committed to following a path of truth where it comes to your day-to-day life and your day-to-day work. Of course, this part of the sky can also speak to self-care. And this can be a time when you feel very motivated to make changes, to start fresh where it comes to your habits in particular. And that sense of motivation may run very deep, but that also means that the potential to make changes that have positive and sweeping effects to them, well, that becomes that much more possible as well. What I love about this month for you, well, look, there's a whole lot here, but I love that full moon in your sign. I feel like that full moon is going to give you something that really matters, which is a connection to yourself, a connection to a new freedom that you might not have been as connected to before. And it's going to represent one of these moments where it becomes really clear that you are in a new chapter with Uranus in your sign. This is going to make the experience of Uranus in your sign very visceral, where you tap into a spirit of being determined to truly be yourself and to live that truth in the world and in every area of life at that, regardless of where that may take you. And that sense of openness is actually very brave and very enlivening, and it will feel like it's giving you new life. And that life is promising to be very exciting. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this every week by logging on to nadiyashah.com. Sign up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get expanded, exclusive video scopes every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, including the Venus special horoscopes, which are up on my website now, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.